Hi everyone, I'm Alexa. Welcome to my beginner's guide to half splits pose, also known as hanumanasana or Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits pose. So we are going to come from a low lunge position. So you want to bring one knee down on the back side and lead with one leg forward. Okay, and then you're going to shift your hips back so you find extension through the front leg, in this case, my right leg. This is a pose that you can use with your fingertips or hands to the mat, just depending on where you are today. I recommend using blocks for this pose. The great thing about blocks is there are different heights, so you can kind of play with the shortest height, the medium height, or the tallest height. And what that does is it brings the ground up to meet you, so it offers you a little bit of extra support here, especially if you're staying here and just kind of taking this pose a little bit more passively. And you can focus on the breath. So I'm going to place my hands on either side of the block. And then you want to keep just a little micro bend of that right knee. If you need to bend it more, the hamstrings are a little bit tighter today, perfectly fine. If your half splits pose looks like this, that's wonderful. Okay, so I've got a micro bend in my right knee, and then I'm flexing into my right foot. You can also point. There's no right or wrong there. And I'm flexing into that right foot, and I'm drawing the toes toward my face. So from here, I want you to, if you're trying this at home right now, press your right heel down into the mat, energetically draw it back. Imagine that you're going to touch the back of the mat with your right heel, but it's not actually going to go anywhere. Okay, that's just creating the action. When you do this, you will feel some more opening in the back of the right leg. That is our lower body. You can keep the toes of the back leg tucked or untucked, personal preference, both are right. From the upper body, you want to, instead of rounding, right, you may even round just to see how that feels. Think of upward facing dog or a halfway lift. Think of lifting the heart space up and finding axial extension of the spine. And by that, I mean the crown of the head moving up and forward. Okay. Core stays engaged here. Shoulders are soft. And you might stay here for 5 breaths or 10 breaths. Maybe even you find after a few cycles of breath, you want to take it down just a little bit further. And if you don't have blocks at home, that's okay. You can use maybe some books, anything about this shape and size, anything that you have that will allow you to support some body weight onto is perfectly fine. Okay, and then to switch sides, I'm just going to shift forward for a moment. Walk the blocks forward. And then however you have to switch the legs, maybe you come through all fours, maybe you go through down dog. And then always make sure you're balanced in the body. You always want to do both sides. So you're starting with that low lunge position first, and then shift the hips back. And find an extension of the left leg, soft bend of the left knee, flex into the left foot, press the left heel down, energetically draw it back toward the rest of your body. And then find a comfortable place for the blocks, or maybe fingertips to the mat. And then extend through the spine, find some length, lift the heart space up, think upward facing dog. No two sides of the body are the same. So if you find that perhaps your left side is a little bit more accessible or open today, or maybe it just seems a little bit tighter, that's okay. It takes practice to even out both sides of the body. So if you're feeling that today, just know that that is normal. Make sure you're staying for the same amount of time, 5 breaths or 10 breaths. And then when you're finished on that side, walking it forward, and then setting the blocks to the side and coming out of it any way you'd like. I hope that that helps. There are some common things that we tend to do in poses that are new to us. So I hope that step-by-step instructional of just breaking down where things should be engaged, I hope that helps you. If you have any requests, let me know. Otherwise, have a beautiful day. Namaste.